Michael, huge congratulations. You are the champion of the world. You've had some time to take it all in. Just try and sum up how you're feeling right now.
I don't think I can describe it. I've finally done what I said, all that heartache that I've done, been through, and finally I got to lift the trophy tonight and finally get that star on my shirt that I know I've worked hard for. And it wasn't just the World Championship tonight, I also got one as well.
For years, the label has been with you, born to be world champion, and you've never ever said anything other than it will happen. So just try and sum up what the last few years have been like, try and strive for that.
For me, it's more about like when I look at my kids and tell them, if you're going to quit, just don't bother. You've got to keep doing it. You've got to keep persisting with it. The amount of heartache that you might get, like I lost 8 in a row, and then I won the 9th and the 10th. So now I'm 8-2 instead of 8-0. So that was what was more important to me, is teaching them a lesson. And now I get to be selfish now, because that is mine, and they're going to enjoy it just as much as me. But they've got to go home now. They've got school in the morning, so I'll enjoy that a lot tonight.
The 9 data as well, the icing on the cake, almost the perfect world final.
Yeah, it was, and that, I think when he missed a double 12, I gave him a little high five, well, a low five, because he lifted his hand up. But it was like, if I hit this now, he'll know I'm in this game. I'm not just going to shy away from it. I lost my darts, lost the set, the very first one, which was my darts, and I was like, again, is it going to happen again? But when that 9 went in, that kick-started me, giving me that belief that I needed, and also giving that doubt that I'm not just here to just to get another runners-up trophy. I'm here to play, and I'm here to try my best to win the World Championship.
The game itself, watching it, it felt as if you were bossing it, but couldn't shake him off early on, and being 3-all, maybe you should have been 4-2 up. But that 7th set, how important was that? Because you're obviously 2-0 down, and then to win 3 on the spin to go in front.
For me, it was massive, because in my head I was thinking about having 7-3 to him. Once I got that 4th, that was the massive thing. And I wouldn't say I was bossing it. I think Michael let me off a lot then. He didn't play the way Michael can. But I was always there. I played the way I've done this World Championships. If my scoring wasn't there, I wasn't missing my doubles. And you've seen it with like shots on 68, 74s, 106. I was always there to take my chances, and every single time it went in. And I think that's what got to him more. Even though I wasn't bossing the matches, he was letting me off. That's how I play normally. I miss the chances and people step in. And we just got to go back to the quarters against Bunting. He smashed me off the board. But you give me a shot and I was taking it, there was no doubt in it, and same again today.
Are you a believer in fate? Because there were some dodgy moments. Martin Schindler, you were behind, Stephen Bunting. Are you a believer in fate?
I've always believed if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I think that's what's helped me the most, where I could have said, no, I'm never going to win it. I'm never going to do it. And then, especially when I lost to Michael, it didn't bother me when I lost to him in 2018-19 Worlds. When I lost to Peter last year, I asked John McDonald, I said to him, I'm never going to win it. I'm never going to win it. It's not supposed to, but it's not meant to be, and that's the thing, that's why I just broke down on stage. But then this one, it felt different because I wasn't playing well, but I was still winning, and I was winning, and I was winning. And in the final, I was like, there's only one opportunity now. You get the chance, you've got to take it. And yeah, just that inner belief, I think you've seen it today. When it was my shot, it was my shot, it was going in, no matter what.
Michael, many congratulations.
Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Michael, at what point in that game did you believe that the trophy was there for the taking?
The 9 was won, but I think it was when he hit 180, and I went out on the 130 on double 5, and that's when the first time I looked at my kids, my friends who was in the crowd. When I checked in, I was thinking, you know what, this actually could be it. But then being 6-3 up, 2-all, and I went ton, treble, and he bounced out. I doubted myself a bit again. And then when that 106 went in the next set to all throw, I was like, Michael's not been playing well on his throw. And I think that's where the belief come then, because he never did anything at 2-1, and he had to step in. And that's the minute I started to believe, and I think it was one of only a few times I actually looked at that trophy. I thought, it's finally going to be mine.
You've said to us before that if you hit a 9-darter, you might struggle to bring the adrenaline back down and play the rest of the game. How did you manage to control that?
When you hit the 9, I'm not going to lie, the first thing that came into my head, I thought, if I do it again now, the crowd get money in. I think I got money as well. I was just thinking about the 50 grand. I was like, I'm not thinking about the game, I just want to think about that thing there. And lucky enough, I think that took my mind off what I'd just done. It kind of blanked it out for me. But then I hit big 20. But then went treble. And yeah, it's trying to not focus on things during matches, like actually playing the game. I think just thinking about the crowd getting money and everyone else, if I did 2 9-darters, kind of took my mind off what I've just done.
With the way Michael van Gerwen's been playing throughout the tournament, many players would have gone into that and maybe been intimidated by the way he's been playing, but the way you started the game and sort of went through it so professionally.
Every interview I've done, I've told you, it doesn't matter what you did yesterday, it's what you do today. And I think you've seen that everything was about today. And I think with Michael for the last, he played Dimitri yesterday and Dobie the game before, he wasn't tested. And I think that's where was it my 3rd round game against Martin, that's where I was massively tested. I knew I had what I needed to when I had to pull out the bag. And I think when Michael was under the cosh then, I don't think he didn't have the right answer for it. And luckily enough he never, because if Michael would have played like Michael did, he could have beat me then, and a lot easier than what it should have been. You're welcome.
Michael, just describe the feeling when that winning double went in, everything you ever worked towards, and then sharing the moment with your family at the end.
I went to run off, so the feeling just hit me straight away, but then I realised not to be ignorant, so I was like, went to run, turned back around quick, shook Michael's hand, and Michael was trying to talk to me, and I was like, just leave me alone, I just want to get to my wife, my kids and my family, I just want to be there. It's everything I've worked for, and it's just a massive relief to finally get that winning double.
How will you celebrate this now over the next few days and weeks?
I've not even had a chance to celebrate the Grand Slam yet. It's just, the schedule's unreal, but the minute we play, what is it? I don't know if John's in Bahrain or if he's in, but is he there? The minute he says the world number 1, the reigning world, I think I'll probably cry on the walk. So, as soon as he says that, that's when it lit me the most, because you've seen on the walk-ons now when he says the Grand Slam champion, I instantly smile. That's not a fake smile, that's me. That's me, what he's on about. And yeah, I think that's when he lit me the most, the next tournament we play. You're welcome.
Michael, Grand Slam, and nowadays you're on a roll.
Sounds nice, doesn't it? No, I just like winning. I've done it away from TV, where I've won 3 Pro Tours in a row. Europeans I've won World Series, and now if you forget the eight major finals that I lost, I'm actually 2-2 now, the Grand Slam and this, and you've got to have that heartache of losing, because you never really truly understand what it feels to be like a champion. So it's finally happened for me now, and it is a weird feeling, but I'm sure it'll hit me more when I get back to my hotel room tonight.
How many more of these do you think?
Let's say I've got one, and I could have been doing this interview now and saying I've lost 3 finals. I'm not going to say I'm going to win 5, 10, whatever. I just want to compete, I want to play well, I want to do the PDC proud, I want to do myself proud. I'm one of the hardest working guys out there. I'll do anything you ask me to do, and yeah, finally the hard work's finally paid off, so I wouldn't sit here and say I'm going to win so many. I just want to compete and play well.
There's other players that you feared before, they're fearing you now because you're winning titles.
I think I finally found a B game where I was either full throttle or nothing, and I think you've seen from the Grand Slam coming to this that it doesn't matter where I am on the leg, whatever bad scores of it, I know I can hit a 180 or 140 and take a ton plus out. I think finally I found the second game, and I played Van Gerwen a lot of times where I've been the better player and come off losing, and he knew how to win, and I think that's what I've learned the most lately, just how to discover the winning form when you're playing bad.
Michael, congrats. Do you maybe have some words for Michael van Gerwen, because he left in tears?
I think if you would have seen me last year against Peter Wright and when I lost to Michael, I was crying. I'm nearly crying now. I know he's won 3. I'm jealous of him because he's won 3. I finally got my first one, but Michael van Gerwen is probably, apart from Phil Taylor, the best dart player we've seen. I'm sure he'll probably be back in the final next year or the year after. He'll get a 4th, he'll get a 5th, but that's what he wants. I think Michael wants 6th. I think he wants more than what Raymond's got. So that's what he's striving for, and Michael won't stop until he does. You've seen what he can do. He had a bad 21, 22, and then he started to find his form and finally come on, and yeah, he'll be back. If you don't cry when you've been beat, you shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't be in.
Is it going to be a battle between you two guys next year?
I hope not. But I just want to play. I just want to play darts. We did the interview yesterday. I wanted Michael to win. I wanted to test myself against Michael van Gerwen. I want to play the best players. I want to test myself against the best players, because they will tell you what position you're currently in. If you think you're playing well and then they destroy you, you know what I say. I wasn't playing well. I still need a few more gears. So you'll probably see a couple more finals next year with me and Michael. If it's not on TV, they'd be on the floor, or the Europeans, or maybe the World Series. But yeah, I'm just rambling now. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
Thank you.
No, cheers.
Michael, you have said, now that you have achieved what you said in your own words was completing darts by winning the trophy and by becoming world #1, did you conceive of any plans of what to do next, or any goals?
Win the next thing. No, for me, I just want to compete. I want to play. And if I go to the next PDC event and don't win, I'll know I'll be back on the dartboard the day after, trying to get to another final, trying to get another trophy. For me, it's about the hard work I put in. It's like, obviously, I'm not going to practice tomorrow. There's no way I'm practicing tomorrow. But I will be back on the board, and I will be striving to obviously keep being world #1, to do that trophy proud and be a world champion, not just a one-off. I want to strive for greatness.
And speaking of the trophy, you mentioned that the Grand Slam trophy ended up at your parents' pub. Is that the plan for the Citadel trophy as well?
I think we're going to go to St Helens Stadium with that one, and I'm going to have some good pictures there. But yeah, I just want to. I think that will probably be there for a day, but that's not leaving my side. If that goes there for a day, I'll be there for that full day as well. That's not leaving. I'll tell you what, she'll be on the couch, and that'll be in the bed with me. So it's not leaving my side.
Fantastic, congratulations.
Thank you, cheers.